If you got 2 to 3 people, lean on them. Like genuinely pour into those relationships. And if you can tell that, folks are willing and able to lend an ear when you need to vent, to support you in any way, hold those relationships closely and dearly. We don't get to experience that anymore. It's very rare. And so that's for me to me. But if you're able to tap into this, I hope you find value in that. But truly, I want to hold those relationships very, very closely. So yeah.
Here we go.
I fall in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me.
Hello, 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 one and all, and welcome back to another episode of Becoming Redacted. It's your girl. It's your girl. I'm gonna start this off with a disclaimer that I just woke up from a nap, so I'm gonna need y'all to extend me extra grace, please. I come here and I'm like, I knew that I wanted to record a few conversations. I knew that I wanted to get some work done. My laptop was not charged. My phone is not charged. Cameras are nowhere to be found. And so, I realized nothing else was charged. But then I'm like, you know what? While I'm waiting for my laptop to charge, my laptop died while I'm using it. First of all, that's what happened. And then I'm like, well, my laptop is charging. Let me record the podcast. I look at my phone and it's on 6%. So in that moment, instead of freaking out and being overwhelmed and letting executive dysfunction get in the way, because one thing about me, if there's too much friction to get something done, it's not finna get done. Let's try again another day. I was like, you know what? Here's what we do. We put the phone to charge. We plug the laptop. We plug everything into charge. And then we take a nap. Yeah, that's what we do. We're not going to overthink. We're not going to get overwhelmed. And I was kind of like sleepy and getting grungy. So I was like, girl, go lay down. Go lay down. And I woke up with a lot of clarity and I'm ready to go. And the phone is charged and everything else is ready to go. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just take life the way that it comes at you. You just let life be, I wanted to start off today's conversation with a segment. What's on your mind right now? We're going to workshop it as we go. But what is on my mind right now? I'm thinking about, how is it Monday again? It is always Monday. Every single day of the week is Monday. Like, what? I'm thinking about how my life has drastically changed in terms of my routines. I've always been working remotely since the start of my career, thankfully. It just allowed for so much flexibility and just like ease and not having to worry about commuting and all the things. So I've always worked remotely, even in my day job, and building unabridged. All of our communication is done online. Obviously, there are cases where we have shoots booked or in-person meetings or site visits or other things, events happening in here that I'm hosting. Other than that, most things are online, But now, like, my life has 360. She has flipped on her head, and now I'm in person again. Well, not again. For the first time in a minute. Like, for the first time since college. Let's just say that. For the first time in college. So, literally, for the first time in 2025, 2020. I graduated in 2020. Hello? For the past, for becoming 5 years, I've been working remotely. And so I'm like back in the in-person environment. And so on the weekly basis, I'm like, all right, let's meal prep. Let's figure out our outfits for the week. I have to plan every single outfit that I'm gonna wear the week ahead. I don't think you understand the executive dysfunction in the morning of like, I don't know what to wear. I always knew that was an issue for me. And so I've worked around it. What's the work around? Figure it out, all of it in advance. Give myself extra time. I used to sit, when I was going out, I used to sit in front of my closet like this and just stare at my clothes for hours. I kid you not. It's the most dramatic thing. And then I'll end up wearing like a t-shirt and jeans. But it's like something that I knew that I wanted to wear that. I didn't wear it. And then I'm like, let me find something else. But in the finding something else, I didn't find anything else. So I sat there for hours staring at my clothes. And then I ended up wearing that thing. And I was very happy that I wore it. So it's kind of like an intuitive thing and just trusting your intuition. And that's something that I've gotten. I did a lot of work. I did a lot of self-work to get over. And so I'm literally like listening to myself. I think today, on that day I want to wear this. On that day I want to wear this. So I pull up my calendar I pull up the weather app and I'm like, Monday, boom, Tuesday, boom, Wednesday, boom, Thursday, boom. I work 4 days in person. And so it's not too bad, right? I only have to prep 4 outfits. And then, like, I have my little workaround. You know what I mean? Like, I'm becoming a commuting girl. I'm becoming a commute girly. Um, um, I I know what I want to wear when I'm walking, for example. What pants are comfortable to walk in? Which shoes are comfortable to walk in? Because it's a long walk. Okay, when I commute in the morning, get to Fenway, girl, it's like another 5,000 miles to get to work. And so I have to be 100% comfortable at all times. Is the shoe that I'm wearing walkable? The pants that I'm wearing walkable? Or the clothes that I'm wearing breathable? Like that I can last the whole day in, that I'm not gonna be in a meeting and just fussing about, like things like that, you know? And also, it's been so cold. So it's like, how am I wearing my hair? I have my coat, my scarf, a mask, my glasses, a head wrap, and headphones. Like, I got my little system in place, and I'm feeling really good about that. Okay? I'm feeling really good about that. But today, I really wanted to talk about something that has been on my heart, something that I'm processing through, that I continue to learn about. I think it's a it's work that we never really finish doing. It's a continuation because we are ever evolving as humans. We are ever growing, ever learning, ever experiencing. And so it's not really something that we come to a certain point with. It's just part of being human. It's just part of being human and showing up in community and learning how to lean on others. But I think I'm at the point of my I'm at the point of my, let's call it the disappearance act, if you will. I'm at the point of my disappearance act where, I'm learning to let others in. I'm learning to let people in. One of the things that I've been working on for the past, I want to say 2 years specifically, is leaning on others. Lean on people. Lean on me when you're not strong. Strong. But like, it's very difficult for me to share when I'm going through things. It's very difficult for me to talk about it with others, to bring others um, into the problem with me. I'm just off the top of my head. I'm thinking about certain things that I'm processing through right now. Feelings of being burdensome. That's always been an issue, and I'm trying my best. I promise, I'm trying my best. Feelings of just like that. I'm navigating very tricky feelings that, like, my problems don't feel as serious as other people's problems. And so that's where the burdensome feeling comes out of it. It kind of takes root a little bit. But I'm going through really real life problems. But then it's like, how do you, how do you, how do you share and genuinely show up in community, and share, but also make sure that you're leaving space for people that are also going through stuff. All in all, life is hard. That's the point of today's message. Life is really, really hard for everybody right now. And I think for me, I'm like, I don't think that others have the emotional capacity to hold the weight of what I'm going through. I don't feel it. It often feels dismissive. It often feels like it just comes from a place of, we just want to hear from you. We're concerned about you, but not necessarily a genuine, like, what's good? How can we help? How can we step in? And so I don't often feel the need to share certain things. I was watching, I feel like I'm beating around the bush, but let me land, right? Because I'm just like, I'm literally figuring it out as I'm talking about it. But there's this TikTok where this creator was like, how like now in our culture we are just so isolated from our communities and even our ecosystems. Like, I have an ecosystem of like 5, 6 people, but even then it's kind of like we're just, everybody's going through their own things in life. And she was like, no, like you're not a burden. It's not burdensome to lean on your community. It's not burdensome to ask somebody, hey, I need you to help me pray. I need you to stand in this darkness with me. It's not burdensome at all. Like that's why these people are around here for you to help you carry the load. And I've even had people say like, hey, like you can lean on me, and I really really appreciate that. But why? Like, yeah. Why is it so difficult? Why is it so hard? Why does it feel like it's like I got it? I can do it on my own, and it's really really difficult. And so yeah, one thing that I'm learning about is becoming the type of person who lets other people in to kind of what I'm navigating through. And vulnerable is not the word, but like vulnerable, but like opening up and just being like, hey, like this is actually what it is. Like I think, yeah, we really have, we're in this culture of, I don't know about other places, but I can, that's an observation that I made specifically in Massachusetts. Like to say hello to somebody is to say, how are you? But how are you is very triggering to me because it like it's a question. It's a question. Hi, how are you? And so like it could trigger the part of me that actually wants to speak up about certain things, but you didn't really mean it genuinely. You meant it like hi. So my body is like, I'm actually going through, and then the person is walking away because they didn't mean it. They just say, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" Like, I'm not doing well. Can we actually talk for 5 minutes, please? That is the thing that I'm navigating. And so I think like I've always had this idea that like, oh, when people say how are you, like they don't mean it. How you been? They don't mean it. I when I say it, how you doing? I will sit there and listen to you for all 500 minutes. What have you been through? I don't have to have any advice to give you. I don't have to have anything to offer you, but I can give you my space, and I can give you my an open mind and an open heart, and I can hold space for you. I can sit with you in the discomfort. If I have to cry with you, I'll cry with you. If I feel a word in my spirit, maybe I'll share something, or maybe I'll just pray for you. But I don't feel the need to necessarily do a thing, but just hold space for someone, you know. But I haven't gotten much of that in return, and so I've kind of become a bit of a recluse and like, oh, I'll figure it out eventually. I don't want to be a burden. You're busy with the kid, you're busy with work, you're also going through your own life stuff. But if you need me, you can talk to me. If you're able to diagnose me, tell me what that is. Tell me why that is the thing that it is. And so, yeah, those are the feelings that I'm navigating through. But I had a moment where, someone from within my ecosystem was checking in on me, like, "Hey, girl, how you been? How you doing? Just making sure you're good." And I had a moment of like, I'm done pretending. Clearly, you are inside of my ecosystem. Like people outside of my, like I was faking it with people inside of my ecosystem, right? Um, and so I was like, you know what? Like, let me actually keep it real right now. And so I just like released it on her. It was like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I think she had texted me that morning or the night before. No, that yeah, she had texted me that morning, and I was just like, girl, this is what I'm going through. Like, life is hard. It's hard to stay up. It's hard to keep my head up. Things have been very difficult. I thought I had reached a dark place, girl. That dark the floor of that dark place opened up, and I found myself in a deeper pit. And this is what I've been navigating through, and this is why it's been really really difficult for me to show up. I can't muster up the energy to show up. I'm really struggling. I'm doing the bare minimum for myself to just like keep myself fed, hydrated, and you know what I'm saying? Just good enough and good enough condition to show up. And like I think that was like a really good moment of me just being like, actually let me actually say what it is. And it became a really nice moment, and she poured some more into me. And honestly in that moment I was kind of dismissive of it, but I'm proud of myself that I was able to say, oh, actually no, this is for what I'm going through, and giving her that space. So yeah, I'm becoming the girl who lets people in on my life. I'm becoming the girl who becomes more vocal about the things that she's going through. I'm becoming the girl who allows others to hold space for her. Um, I the level. Oh gosh, it's gonna sound so crazy, but I know what I'm talking about because that's how I am. That's how I show up. That's how I show love. I'm not gonna get the level of care that I pour into others, but I can open myself up to receive whatever they have to give. And I can't say, you have to be able to pick up the phone every time I call you and let me rant to you for 5 hours at a time. Da, da, da. I have the capacity to give that, because that's just the type of person I am. I'm gonna sit with you. What's good? Like, what's up? Let's actually check in. And so like opening myself up to receive whatever they have to give, especially if they're making an effort and they're showing that they're willing to give something. Are you willing and able to just like stay on the phone with me real quick? We can just talk it out over text. We can FaceTime real quick. We can pray on the phone for 2 minutes. We can link up for coffee. We can just go for a walk together. Maybe that helps with a good release. And so really learning to lean on others. And yeah, that's what I'm navigating through. I don't know what the title of today's episode will be. Maybe like becoming the girl who lets others hold space for her, becoming the girl who really shares what she's going through with others, something along those lines. But I mean, that's what we're in community for, right? I was having this conversation with a friend a while back, but it's just like I saw this tweet a while back that was like, adulting is weird. Like everybody has their own thing going on. Everybody's going through life and dealing with things, and it just is what it is. And we're all just trying our best. We're all just trying to get through. And people are busy. People are busy, and people are going through life transitions. People are going through life transitions, and people are dealing with real life things. I've always been saying this for years now. I'm like, life is happening for a lot of people. Life is happening for a lot of people, and I appreciate that. That I was always aware of that, and so it made me more empathetic of other people. But with that, it made me shut myself off emotionally. Weirdly, I'm like, oh, like a lot of people be going through stuff. Like a lot of people in my ecosystem and just around my community be going through stuff. So I can see it for them and I can hold space for them and I can empathize with them. Like, you good? Like, do you need anything? When it comes back to me, I don't hold that level of. I don't allow them to hold space for me in that way. Oh, I wish I remembered. There was something that I watched a while back that was like this podcast, and the guest was like, it's not fair. It's not fair to be the person. I think they were talking about like being the strong friend or something like that. Like, it's actually like really morally wrong. Like, she actually, whoever they are, they actually read me for filth because they were like, to be the strong friend who others can come to. Oh, I think, was that Glow? I think it was Glow. If it was Glow, I'll tag it. If it wasn't, we just move on. But something along the lines of, it's actually, did they use the M word? I don't think they use manipulative. I don't think so. But they were like, I think it is. It's like it's kind of manipulative to be the person that like other people feel like they can come to, but you're not allowing yourself to open up. Like, so you're like, like I'm experiencing feelings of being bird and someone being like, like I don't want to, like, you already got your own stuff you're going through, girl, deal with it. I'm a do me. But like, I hold space for them, right? I allow them to open up to me, but I don't open up to them. And something about that is off. The dynamic is thrown off. And there are some people who get a bit of a power trip of like, oh, I know everything you're going through in your life, and your life sucks, or whatever the case may be. But for me, I don't think about it. Like, for me, I just like genuinely, I'm like, how can I give you my time? But it's not fair. Just like, all in all, it's just not fair because you're in community with this person. You have done enough. Clearly, you have a certain track record of them feeling that they can clearly open up to you, but you're not doing the same thing in reverse. And so the relationship is low-key one-sided. The burden is more on you, but also it's like, why would you want to hold all that weight? That's why there are two people there, to balance each other out. You carry their burden and they carry your burden. So something along those lines. But I think it's a nuanced conversation. It's a nuanced conversation. It's a nuanced conversation. It's a nuanced conversation. Because you're becoming an adult. You're forming your own beliefs. You're going through life experiences. You're building your ecosystem. Who do I want to lean on? Who do I feel like I can trust with this? A lot of the things that we do is informed by life experiences. The ways that we show up are informed by things that people said to us, things that people said about us, words that were, spoken over us at a young age. There's just so much nuance. Life is so nuanced, but at the end of the day, I want to be a better person. I want to be a better human. I want to be the type of person. telling I was telling my partner about this. I was like, I want to be the type of person who makes time for people. I want to get really, really good at making time for people. I'm good at it now, but I want to be better, right? Because it's just like, oh, I'm so busy. I have a million things going on, da, da, da. But I want to do, like, I want to be able to reach out and touch more often than I currently do, which is not often at all, because changing seasons, right? But I want to be the type of person that is in tune with the people that are important to me, and kind of having these relationships where we keep it real with each other. We keep it raw, and I'm getting there. Like, I have a friend. Oh, I'm so glad she came to mind, Bree. Like, being able to be like, hey, girl, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm going through too. Let's pray together. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's pour into each other. Let's speak into each other. I don't want to have these surface level friendships where we are only sharing good times or we're only having these experiences together. But it's like, let's grow emotionally together. Let's lean on one another, and I think that makes it for a more beautiful life. When I can say that, like, my ecosystem truly knows me. I only let 5 people in: my mama, my man, 2 friends. Okay, like 2 friends, 2 mentors, 2 siblings, 2 family members. Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. My 10 disciples. And so like, I don't want these relationships to be like, well, like, I don't really share anything with them. They don't really know what I'm going through. Like, they know everything about me. They know I had a panic attack last night. They know that this is what I've been going through. They know that, like, uh, this, like the minute details of, like, if I'm out with them, I'm like, hey, just so you know, I just took something. It's gonna numb me out. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? So they know these things about me. They know my emotional struggles. They know the life things that I'm going through, and they're able to show up for me. They're able to care for me when I can't even muster up the effort to care for myself, to show up for myself. And that is a life worth living. That is a beautiful life to live. That is a beautiful thing to have as a human. Again, we're just so isolated, and it's just not the same. And so, lean on, if you got 2 to 3 people, lean on them. Like, genuinely pour into those relationships. And if you can tell that, folks are willing and able to lend an ear when you need to vent, to support you in any way, like, hold those relationships closely and dearly. We don't get to experience that anymore. It's very rare. And so that's for me, to me. But if you're able to tap into this, I hope you find value in that. But truly, I want to hold those relationships very, very closely. So yeah, that is what's on my mind today. Oh, that felt really nice to say. Life has been beating me up, girl. Life has taken my edges. She's taken my sanity. She's taken my peace of mind. But I'm reclaiming it. I'm reclaiming it. I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my joy. I'm reclaiming my peace. I'm reclaiming my destiny. I'm reclaiming all the things that are for me, that are mine. And I'm reclaiming my ecosystem. The people around me who have seen me through my lows and my highs, and shown up for me when I couldn't show up for myself. It's something that I'm very grateful for. Okay. Okay, and we're ending today's episode with rapid fire questions. I'm workshopping these, so work with me, okay? Question 1: what is the last song that I listened to? The last song I listened to was this morning. I was listening to Anxiety. I'm about to post an IG photo dump about how, like, I'm choosing sanity. This is something that's been on my mind forever. Like, I'm choosing to be sane. I'm choosing to make the right decisions. And even when I was in a dark pit, I'm, like, holding on to that little hint of light. And so this is my first time posting in a while, and I'm titling the post Choosing Sanity, and I'm putting the Doechii song in the background, and I think it's like, it's good, it's cute. That's the past week in my life, and my life is starting to look beautiful again, and I'm very, very grateful. Okay, next. That was too long. What is this? Something I'm reading right now. At work, I found this art forum magazine edition from like 2014, where one of the articles in there is talking about artists building out co-ops and collectives, and it was just kind of like so crazy that I found that. And being that I am an artist who's building a co-op and a collective, that's what I'm like slowly nibbling away at. And I'm collecting books, as I shared last week in the book haul video that I made. And I was talking about how, there was a book swap at work, and I had collected books on education, museum education, programming, education stuff. So like I'm getting into these materials. I'm getting into it, girl. I'm getting into it. So that's what I'm chipping away at right now. And then last question is, what's bringing me joy? What's bringing me joy? Daylight savings. Yes, I think it. I don't realize when it happened, but the clock, the clock, it went back or forward today. Which did it start or did it end? I don't know, girl. All I know is that the days are longer. It's currently, I think it's like 6:30, and it's still bright outside. The sun is still setting when 2 days ago it was like 3:30 and it's dark. So longer days are back, and that makes me very happy. I think that's why I'm even motivated to like launch a podcast, because like, girl, every winter I have to fight for my life. No, I need to be a billionaire. Okay? Because wintertime, I'm gonna be somewhere where there's no daylight savings. And I'm gonna be on the beach every day in December. Wintertime is summer in South Africa. Ooh, girl, get into it. I might need to get me a villa in South Africa, so that when it's winter here, I go over there, it's summer there. When it's wraps up, I come back and it's summer here. That's what I need in my life. I can't do this. So like, I literally need longer days to be motivated to do things, to spend more time outside, warmer days to breathe outside. Like, I'm just excited for more sunlight and for more vitamin D, more sitting at the park, walking at the park, and just breathing in warm air. That's my aesthetic. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. It was a bit of a bumpy road there, but we got through. Appreciate y'all so much, and I'll catch you in the next conversation. Bye. Mwah.
I fall in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me.